Guys, this is not a SMW Central Productions episode, okay? This is me actually talking about the bill that is in talks for every copyrighted material on the internet, okay? And if you guys haven't heard about this, I'm glad to have to be the one to tell you first, guys. Well, not too glad because it's pretty bad actually. All right, so first let's get things straight. If you guys have heard about it and you guys are like all worried and in uproar, don't be yet, because this bill, and I will explain this bill if you don't know about it. This bill was actually been in talks since May. Yeah, May I think 10th. June 20th was the first time that they actually talked about it, in the open, and that's where everybody's hearing all this and they're getting all scared and worried. Now, here is the bill in the simplest form. Anything that's copyrighted on the internet, or I mean anything that's copyrighted, if it's put onto the internet, you can and you will be fined for it or serve jail time. Let me explain that because it's really vague, and that's the problem with the bill. Okay, a lot of these big name companies, let's say Sony, Ericsson, which is a part of Sony anyway, I'm just naming shit now. Anything that streams, okay, anything that can be put on the internet as data to be used. So that's TVs, that's music, or TV episodes or shows, music, movies, video games, anything like that in that spectrum is in. There's a chance that if this bill gets passed, it's gonna yank all of that off the internet. Now, you guys know more than I do, because most of you guys have been like watching YouTube longer, or you guys haven't. Point is you guys know that YouTube, about half of YouTube is strictly gaming. Not only like there's of course there's the movie, there's people, movie buffs that do reviews. There's TV buffs that do TV reviews, game reviews, music reviews, album reviews, all that good stuff. Okay, now if this bill passes, there's going to be so many people not without a job at this point, because there's a lot of people who do YouTube as a job, which is actually kind of one of my goals, but that's beside the point. A lot of people like Machinima's I think probably the biggest for video game stuff. It's the biggest franchise. It's a company. It is an actual company at this point. It has its own building. People get paid there. People work for it. They get paid a good amount of money for it too. Hutch, Mr. Sark, CNNers all do it. Now, if this bill goes in effect, that's gone. And I'm going to give you an example if it's still a little too vague for you guys, okay? So, Justin Bieber and, who else does covers? Carmen Music, okay? I think Justin Bieber started off, I don't know if it was his own music or covers, but let's just say for this sake, he did covers to start up, okay? He got big, as you know. Carmen Music is getting big now. If you don't know who that is, it's a favorited video of mine, so you can go check that out, okay? She does cover music. If this bill was in effect now, or before when Justin Bieber got big on the internet, they wouldn't be big, because the music that they're covering, all music that's a mainstream, is copyrighted. So they wouldn't be able to sing it, okay? Now we bring this into video games. Every video game that's ever released is always copyrighted. Even this game right here, even though it's a hack version, the game all the way back then was a copyrighted version, and this still is technically a copyright. Plus, what I'm doing is technically illegal because emulators are illegal. Anyway, so anything that has to do with video games will be taken off, and I mean literally commentary, walkthroughs, LPs, even reviews where it might not even show video game footage at all. Even if it's just talking about video games, it's the fact that it's a copyrighted item, and you need a not a license but permission to talk. So I want you guys to think about, I want to do a walkthrough of Uncharted for the PS3, okay? I need to send a fucking email to Naughty Dog and say, do I have permission to make videos about your video game? Now, think about that. You think they're actually gonna read every email everybody sends them? First off, I wouldn't even know how to get in contact with them. Second, you think they're gonna open something from somebody on YouTube saying, hey, can I do a video? No, not at all. I mean, if they did open it, I'm more than sure they would say, yeah, they have no problem with it. But the point is this is every video game. And not only that, if this were to happen for video games, we would go into like almost like a dark age for video games, because if you remember, guys, before around Super Nintendo and Sega generations, games, there weren't really reviews for games back then. I think there were some, but like it wasn't big. Like IGN wasn't around, obviously, and YouTube videos weren't around to do reviews. So we'd go back to that point where we would just have to assume, like, okay, imagine we want to know Transformers, the new game, Transformers Dark Side of the Moon is really good. It got really shitty reviews, but we would know that because there is no reviews anymore, okay, guys? So we go out and spend 60, 50, whatever amount of dollars to get this game, and it sucks ass. That's going to be how games are going to be like, unless you go and you stay consistent with the franchises that make these big names. Like, you know for a fact a Halo game is going to do good. You know a Call of Duty game is going to do good. You know a Battlefield game is going to do good. You know these bigger franchise names are going to do good. We're going to have to rely on that, or we're going to have to take chances and spend money that we could be getting other stuff with on these shitty ass games. But guys, I know I might be making you guys a little worried with it, but this bill is just being talked about. It's just being announced now. We have a while before this might even take effect, okay? I say at least 2-3 months, but it's a possibility it could be done anytime, but most likely it'll be done fast. Now, the biggest problem with this bill is that it's really vague and it's really lazy on the judicial side, you know, the people who are passing the bill. It's all copyrighted material, and these are actually more big name, like I said, Hollywood and stuff. They want this bill to pass, but since it's copyrighted material that includes the video games, I'm more than sure video game producers don't give a shit if people cover the things, unless it's like endings. Endings of video game, I know some video game companies don't like, but it's vague because it just says copyrighted material. Now, if somebody reviews the bill and actually pays attention to what the fuck they're reading, they'll understand that that includes video games, and there's no reason for including video games. But right now, we have a bunch of senators like sucking on their damn thumbs right now and not caring because they need to do other crap. So they might just pass off this bill and be like, oh, it doesn't matter because it makes sense. You know, who wants anything pirated on the internet? That's people losing out money. Not good. Well, hopefully they'll see right from wrong, right? So guys, I can't put this in HD because I just want to pump out this episode tonight. I'll be on tomorrow and I'll be putting out videos tomorrow. Hopefully I'll be having the Dazzle by tomorrow. I've been really busy, guys, and please, if you like this video and you found it informative as to what's going on, thumbs it up for me, guys. If you guys are here looking at this video because you're searching this topic, subscribe to me, because I'm gonna be keeping up to date on this, because it's a really big topic, and I know a lot of YouTubers are actually putting out videos like this because they're worried. I would be worried too. I am worried. That's why I'm making this video in the first place. So guys, I will be keeping you informed, and don't be too scared right now. We have at least a good couple months before anything happens with this bill. We shouldn't have to worry too much, but guys, you know, have a good night, or if you see this in the morning, have a good morning, and don't worry about it. I'm more than sure things are going to work out, because this is against our freedom of speech, because LPers and walkthroughers and commentators, this is what they think about a video game. So if they take away our freedom of speech, that's going against the First Amendment, I think, or the Third Amendment. I'm not sure. I think the first. So I don't think this bill is going to get passed. I think someone's going to open their eyes and see, okay, this is wrong, and this goes against the people not being, you know, my people that are subscribed to me. I'm talking about everyone. That's everyone's freedom of speech that want to do these kind of videos. So guys, don't worry about it, okay? So like I said, subscribe, like, thumbs up if you guys want. I'd appreciate it, and I hope you guys are now informed.